Guys, I just realized something. We are nearing the end of the first season. What a roller coaster. But before we get sentimental, let's get into the bit. The start of episode 11 displays a bright blood moon. Inside the castle, a silhouette of Klein appears. And then for some reason, Dunn is like eating a corpse.
What?
Is this part of his pathway? Klein is just as shocked as I am. Okay, I can confirm Sharon is a part of the Demonist sect. She killed Maynard. At this point, it's pretty obvious. If the characters come off as overly seductive, then that's a given. Also the camera work. A wise turtle once said, "There are no accidents." So the politicians want Sharon executed. Now they can't do that because Sharon brainwashed the people in the room and carries voodoo dolls at her disposal. Klein attempts to chase Sharon and then it cuts to Dunn investigating Sharon's room. Klein continues to tail after Sharon until the carriage slips away. He needs to activate the dowsing rod. Very quickly, its power is deactivated and Klein utterly loses the carriage. The Demonist sect is truly a cult of Yuri. Women would start French kissing each other, but when I hug my homies, it's gay? How the fuck is that fair? Klein arrives at the manor. He was informed that Dunn and his team had already checked around the room. There might have been something that Dunn wanted Klein to find. Similar to Triss, a compartment reveals a photo of Sharon before she transformed. Before, after. Ugh, people find this attractive? Klein spots a strange looking window. After placing his palm, the dust dissipates and reveals many corpses in a cocoon-like state. Underneath the corpses are a pile of dolls. What's worse is a statue of the primordial one is also there and it alerts Sharon of Klein's presence. She peeks through the window and Klein gets the last laugh. 1 hour prior, Klein remembers his conversation with Dali in regards to the summoning ritual, in which allowed Klein to infuse his consciousness to the grey fog and conceal his presence from Sharon. Genius level tactic. I'm surprised that it worked out for him. Can't Beyonders just tap into their spirit vision to seek nearby souls? Or does it only work with certain pathways with the physical presence visible? Beyonders use their spiritual vision to gauge emotion and to see spirits. Basically, Sharon should have seen Klein regardless of what form he was in. Klein informs Dunn about the present primordial statue. Dunn needs Fra and Kenley to guard the Janus Gate so he can get 30217 to seal the primordial one. The two are guided to the sealed artifact and are granted Spirit Medium's mirror. The mirror reflects danger based on what it's pointed towards. Moreover, placing the mirror on yourself is a huge no-no. The mirror is especially deadly towards members of the Demonist sect. Shards alone can turn them into dust. With that in mind, Kenley, Dunn, and Klein infiltrate the manor at night. As they approach the statue, Sharon senses their presence. She leaps at Klein but is tied to the wall by Nightmare. Kenley points the mirror at Sharon, but it seems to be futile. Klein and Kenley dodge the attacks from Sharon, but Kenley hits his back on the wall. Yikes. A supposed opportunity gave Kenley a window to pull out the mirror, but of course when he does, Sharon skedaddled out of radius. The timing is horrible. A shadow manifestation comes out of the mirror and begins choking Kenley to death. Klein, stuck in wire, is unable to free our boy Kenley. To answer my question earlier, yes, Sharon was aware of Klein's presence. Thank you, Sharon. That's very kind of you. Klein has one last trick. Using the night slumber, he frees himself from the wire and aims for Sharon's head. Another illusion. With every last hope slipping out of Klein's hands, he shoots the statue and it cuts Sharon's right cheek. Sharon looks like she's about to crash out, so Klein begins pulverizing the statue. Klein is hit by the frost and is stunned by the weight of the ice. Tingen will soon be under the rule of the Order. Cap, by the way. Sharon extends an invitation for Klein to join the primordial group, but thankfully Captain Dunn interferes. The GOAT is here. He barricades Sharon in the center and frees Klein from being frozen. Dunn teleports and tries to grab the statue, but Sharon teleports away at the last second. Dunn in return uses apparition to find her location, and his aura knocks away her icicles. Unfortunately, this was a diversion and he was struck with a blood curse. They begin duking it out at the point where we can only keep up with their after image. The two are neck and neck. While they're fighting, Klein narrowly tries to find an opportunity to use the mirror. Klein, you crazy motherfucker, you did it. To make sure she falls, Klein shoots the primordial statue over and over and over again. Justice for Kenley. We lost another one. Shit, he also got engaged too. Everyone is broken free from hypnosis, and we get to move on. However, the same scene from earlier in the episode shows Dunn scavenging Kenley's remains. Again, I don't really know why this is happening. I just hope it tasted good at least. Yummy. So now Tinkin's doomsday is about to commence. Once again, I think Sharon was used as a distraction by Lanavis to set the stage. Bro really thinks he's the Riddler, huh? The Nighthawks have a lot less firepower now, so I wonder how they're gonna go about it. The beginning of episode 12 puts Dunn back in the spotlight. Klein is freaked out about what Dunn just did to Kenley. Dunn jumpscares Klein and wonders if he's good. He tells Klein to keep his head in the game and to not let grief overtake him. They still got a mission to do. Everyone is paying their respect to Kenley's memorial. Klein is still hung up on that feast Dunn was doing last night. I'm with you, Klein, that was freaky as hell. But what Klein is piecing together is that the artifact in particular was recommended by Dunn himself. What if giving Kenley the mirror was part of Dunn's plan? Perhaps he's been under the influence of the primordial demon sect, as well as working with the Aurora Order. Also, if you made it this far, a like and a subscribe would be awesome. Nah, Klein is just hallucinating. 2 months prior, Lanavis was seen idling around Tingen. Leonard is seen observing Lanavis, and then he starts fiddling with a letter. That probably is a secret message to the Nighthawks. Klein returns home after an exhausting fight. Melissa offers breakfast and he just flat out ignores her. Klein needs his beauty rest. Klein returns to the fog to figure out why Dunn has been acting strange for a piece of change.
What?
He doesn't find anything through divination, sadly. So instead, Klein decides to do divination on his safety. Klein finds out that Dunn's abnormalities will put him in grave danger. As he realizes this, Azic's familiar brings a letter. He's replying in regards to Klein's questions on natural vampires and Dunn's weird transformation. He mentions that there is a certain sequence in one pathway where a potion is named Vampire, indicating that possibly Dunn consumed this potion and has become a potential mutant. Regardless, Azic says that Dunn has become unstable and is very dangerous, and he's out to get Klein's blood. Ooh. Oh no. So Dunn informs Klein that Leonard has found Lanavis's crib. Yo, rough night? Yeah. So how'd you find it? You had suspicions that Lanavis might be connected to Sirius. You were right. In fact, Sirius had many dealings with the residents of Howe Street, so I went to check one by one. An elder gentleman saw the photo and said the tenant at House 62 looked just like him. Klein uses divination in the house to locate any hidden compartments or areas. Alas, they find a letter under a book. It's a letter from Lanavis. Lanavis is the type of guy to say, "I'm 2 steps ahead," because he predicted that someone would find his letter in time. Lanavis has placed a bomb in Tingen that would continue to grow stronger over time. Is he referring to the explosion mass? Keep this part in mind. Lanavis is forcing the Nighthawks to find out where the bomb is located, so they go look for the captain. Leonard and Klein return to base, and in just a moment, Lanavis's wife enters the room with her pregnant child. Little did they know that her presence would be a trap. When Klein uses spirit vision on her baby, he sees the baby continuously growing inside the womb. That very baby will bring destruction to Tingen. Lanavis's wife was aware of this, which is why she came to the Nighthawks base. "Ma'am, would you like coffee or tea?" "Bro, keep her calm, or we're fucked. You hear me?" Klein makes his way and finds the captain. While stalling, the woman begins ripping her hair off. Must be a part of her period cycle. Megas first met Lanavis at a party. He chose to have a dance with her and they fell in love. She became so infatuated with him, she never realized he was using her the whole time. Lanavis beat her up and used her body as a weapon. She still refuses to believe that he was using her. Holy Delulu. The little experiment caused Howard to go berserk and Tino to be revived as a wraith. On their way to the sealed artifact, Klein explains everything about Lanavis and the baby. They both come to terms that Lanavis is trying to indeed spawn the true creator. Boom, I hit that prediction last video. Old Neil may have been affected by it as well. Mega's water might break, so all non-combatants are requested to leave the parameter. The true creator's spawn, aka the baby, is estimated to be as powerful as a sequence 4. That's insane. Klein sends Azic a letter using the copper whistle. Dunn tells Klein to get 2 sealed artifacts. That's how serious this shit is. The blood vessel thief, it's capable of stealing an ability from a target at a certain range. Its other passive ability is lifesteal. Along with that, Dunn wants to use Saint Selena's ashes. You can tell it's confidential as they hesitated to even let the captain of the Nighthawks take it. Lady Magos is past a point of no return. She's level 10 on the Freakometer. Leonard is trying so hard to buy time. Mad respect towards that twink boy. Dali has a message for Klein. Law beyond her characteristics and destructibility. Characteristics are never destroyed, only passed on. Dunn and Dali were given 2 choices. Give these characteristics to the Holy Cathedral, or to consume them. I think I have a hunch on what choice Dunn chose. Did he choose to consume the characteristics to save his friends? Did that result in him becoming a mutant vampire in order to prevent his colleagues from losing control? This part bummed me out. Anyway, the baby is born, and preparation for the fight is about to happen. Based on the events, I fear Dunn will sacrifice himself in the end to save everyone. Klein and Litter may move up ranks and may even become leaders for Nighthawks. The spawn of the true creator and its relations to Beyonders losing control is really interesting.